space you live in after 70 can quietly shape the way you think, feel, and even age? Most seniors never realize that their home is not just a shelter, it's a mirror of their mind. The colors on the walls, the light that enters the room, the clutter that builds up, even the sounds that echo in the background. These things slowly shape your emotions, memory, and sense of peace. In fact, psychologists call this the environmental mind loop. It means your home affects your mental state, and your mental state in turn affects how you treat your home. When your surroundings are calm and full of light, you feel hopeful. When your home is dark, messy, or lonely, your mind begins to mirror that energy. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful ways your home shapes your mind after 70, and how small changes in your surroundings can completely transform the way you think and feel every day. Stay until the end, because you'll discover how your home can become your greatest ally in aging well, helping you stay sharp, joyful, and deeply at peace within yourself. Now let's get started. Number 1, the light in your home and your emotional state. Light is one of the most powerful forces shaping your mind after 70, yet most seniors never think twice about it. The light around you determines how your brain functions, how you sleep, how your mood shifts, and even how your memory works. When your home is filled with soft, natural light, your brain produces serotonin, the chemical that lifts your mood and energy. But when you live in dim or poorly lit spaces, your brain begins producing more melatonin, which makes you feel tired, withdrawn, and even sad without knowing why. That's why researchers often say that lighting is emotional architecture. It literally builds the emotional landscape of your day. Think about the difference between sitting near a sunny window versus a dark hallway. One fills you with warmth and optimism, the other makes you want to do nothing. Over time, this contrast becomes your mind's default state. Many older adults unintentionally live in light-starved environments, curtains drawn, blinds closed, small lamps instead of daylight. They believe it's about comfort or privacy, but in truth, they're training their minds to accept dullness. A dark home quietly teaches your brain that life outside is closing in, that you're shrinking into isolation. Yet the opposite is true. The more you let light in, the more alive you feel. There's a remarkable story about a 79-year-old man named George, who lived alone for years in a shadowed house filled with closed blinds. He said he felt old all the time. One morning, on a doctor's suggestion, he opened every curtain and moved his breakfast table near the window. Within weeks, he noticed his energy rise, his sleep improve, and even his sense of humor return. He didn't change his life, he simply let light reach him again. So when you think about your home after 70, remember, the light you live in becomes the light inside you. If your surroundings are bright, your thoughts will be too. When you wake up tomorrow, don't just turn on a lamp, turn on your life. Number 2, the clutter in your space and the clutter in your mind. Clutter is not just a pile of objects, it's a map of your mental state. Every piece of paper, every unused item, every corner filled with, "I'll deal with it later," silently speaks to your brain, creating noise, confusion, and stress. After 70, this connection between your surroundings and your state of mind becomes even stronger. Why? Because as we age, our brains process sensory information more slowly. That means your environment's visual chaos can easily overwhelm your focus and drain your energy without you realizing it. Think about how you feel when you walk into a messy room. Your eyes jump from one object to another. Your brain tries to make sense of it, and before long, you feel tired or irritated. On the other hand, when you enter a clean, organized space, your breathing slows, your thoughts settle, and you can actually feel yourself relax. The space didn't just change, you did. Many older adults keep clutter not because they need the things, but because those things carry memories. A closet full of clothes that no longer fit, drawers full of old letters, or stacks of magazines that haven't been opened in years. All of them act like emotional anchors, tying you to the past. But holding on to too much history can keep you from fully living in the present. Your mind needs room to breathe, and so does your home. A woman named Helen, 82, once told me she had been avoiding her attic for years. It was full of boxes from her late husband's workshop. One day, she decided to go through them. She said she cried, laughed, and even talked to him as she sorted. By the end of the week, she donated most of it and kept only a few special pieces. She said, "My attic looks lighter, but so do I." That's the secret. You can't control time, but you can control what surrounds you. Start small, A single drawer, a shelf, a corner. Touch each item and ask, does this bring me peace or burden? If it burdens you, let it go. The process might be emotional, but the freedom that follows is worth it. Clutter doesn't just crowd your home, it crowds your heart. And when you clear it, you create space for new joy, new ideas, and new energy to enter. A tidy home is not just clean, it's healing. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, the silence and sound around you. Silence can be peaceful, but too much of it can quietly damage your spirit. After 70, many people underestimate how deeply sound, or the lack of it, affects their mental and emotional health. A home filled with constant silence can start to feel hollow, and that emptiness can feed loneliness, anxiety, and even mild depression. On the other hand, a home that carries gentle, meaningful sound, music, laughter, the rhythm of life, helps the mind stay awake, alert, and emotionally balanced. Studies have shown that long periods of silence can cause the brain to become more sensitive to stress. When there's no comforting noise, your mind starts amplifying your own thoughts. And those thoughts often turn toward the past, regrets, or worries. For seniors, especially those living alone, silence can turn into an emotional echo chamber. But when you surround yourself with sound that soothes and connects, like the soft hum of a radio, the melody of old songs, or even birds outside your window, it grounds you in the present moment. Sound doesn't just fill a room, it fills your sense of belonging. Many seniors unconsciously stop listening to music or talking aloud. When they're alone, they move through their homes in quiet routines, unaware that their brains are slowly losing stimulation. But when you reintroduce sound, music, stories, voices, you reignite pathways in your mind that keep memory and emotion alive. Music in particular activates areas of the brain linked to joy and nostalgia, reminding you that your life has always had rhythm. You don't have to blast the television all day or force background noise. Instead, create a sound environment that feels alive but peaceful. Choose one song every morning that lifts your heart. Open the window to hear the world outside. Call a friend and let real conversation echo through your walls. Even talking to yourself while you cook or read can help you feel less isolated. The goal isn't just to make noise. It's to remind your brain that you are still connected to life. I once met a retired teacher named Robert, who told me his house had become so silent after his wife passed that it sounded like grief. One day, his daughter gifted him a small speaker. He began playing the jazz records they used to dance to together. Within weeks, he said his mornings felt lighter. He began talking to neighbors again. He told me the house feels like it's breathing again. That's the beauty of sound. It breathes life back into space. It reminds you that the world is still moving, and you are part of it. Silence may seem peaceful, but it should never be your only companion. Fill your home with sound that feeds your soul, and your mind will never feel truly alone again. Number 4, the arrangement of your space and your sense of control. The way your furniture, decorations, and objects are arranged inside your home says more about your mind than you might imagine. After 70, one of the most important psychological needs is the feeling of control, the quiet assurance that you still have influence over your surroundings. When your space is arranged with care, order, and purpose, your brain receives a simple but powerful message: I am capable. I still have direction. But when your home feels chaotic, cramped, or hard to move through, your mind begins to interpret it as a loss of autonomy, which can slowly chip away at confidence and motivation. Researchers in environmental psychology have long observed that seniors who personalize and organize their homes tend to experience less cognitive decline and fewer symptoms of depression. It's not about perfection, it's about participation. When you make even small choices about where things belong or how your space feels, your brain stays active. Every decision, from where to place your chair to how to display your memories, strengthens neural pathways associated with reasoning and problem solving. Your home layout also affects your movement, which directly impacts brain health. Many seniors unknowingly arrange their homes in ways that discourage motion, heavy furniture, blocking pathways, cluttered walkways, objects placed too far to reach easily. This reduces mobility, and reduced mobility slowly reduces mental stimulation. But a space designed to invite motion keeps your body and mind working together in harmony. You can start by simplifying your paths. Make sure you can move freely from one area to another without obstacles. Create islands of purpose throughout your home. A cozy reading corner near a window can become your daily retreat. A small table by the door with fresh flowers can serve as a gentle reminder that each day begins anew. These are not just aesthetic choices. They are acts of self-expression that reinforce your independence. There's a quiet but meaningful psychological principle at play here called environmental mastery. It refers to your ability to manage your surroundings to support your goals. As you age, regaining mastery through intentional design has enormous effects on your mood and mental clarity. Even rearranging furniture can reawaken your sense of vitality. I once spoke with a 76-year-old widow named Patricia who said she felt like her life had stopped moving. One day, she decided to rearrange her living room by herself, placing her armchair near the light, moving her husband's old desk by the window, and creating a clear path to the kitchen. She told me later that she hadn't just rearranged her furniture, she'd rearranged her spirit. It's easy to overlook how space shapes emotion. But when your home feels open, welcoming, and designed by you, not just for you, it becomes a reflection of strength rather than limitation. Every small change reminds your mind that you still make choices, you still adapt, and you still lead your life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. The memories your home holds and how they shape your future. Every wall, every chair, every picture frame in your home carries a story. After 70, your surroundings become more than furniture. They become the chapters of your life written in physical form. But here's what most seniors overlook. The way you interact with those memories determines whether they lift you up or quietly hold you down. When you walk through your home, what do you feel? Comfort or melancholy? Pride or loss? Your brain responds emotionally to your environment, even when you don't notice. That framed photo of your children, the worn armchair where your spouse used to sit, or the keepsakes from younger years, these aren't just objects. They're emotional anchors, constantly triggering subtle reactions in your subconscious. If most of those cues bring sadness or regret, your home begins to reinforce loneliness. But if they bring gratitude and warmth, your home becomes a place of healing. You have the power to shape those associations. The secret isn't to erase the past, it's to curate it. Keep the items that make you smile, that remind you of love, laughter, and growth. Let go of the ones that only remind you of what's gone. Because when your environment constantly pulls your heart backward, your spirit can't move forward. This isn't just emotional advice, it's neurological truth. The brain's limbic system, which processes memory and emotion, reacts every time you see something meaningful. If your home is filled with positive cues, it stimulates the release of dopamine and oxytocin, chemicals linked to happiness and connection. But if your home carries too many cues of grief, it activates cortisol and stress pathways, leading to anxiety and fatigue. In other words, the energy in your home literally rewires the chemistry of your mind. There's a touching example of this in a man named Leonard, age 81. For years, he kept his late wife's clothes in the closet, untouched. He said it felt like keeping her close. But every morning when he opened that door, he would feel a heaviness he couldn't explain. His daughter encouraged him to keep one sweater, the one she used to wear in the garden, and donate the rest. He did it reluctantly, but afterward he said, "For the first time in 10 years, I walked into that room and felt peace." His home hadn't changed much, but the meaning inside it had. Your home is like a mirror. It shows you what you choose to see. Fill it with symbols of life, not loss. Add things that inspire you: plants, music, art, or even a journal on your nightstand for your morning reflections. Each small addition becomes a message to your brain that says, "I am still growing." You can't change the years behind you, but you can change what they mean to you, and your home is where that transformation begins. The memories within your walls can either keep you living in the past or help you celebrate the fact that you're still here, still learning, still living. Choose to let your home remind you not of what you've lost, but of how much you've lived. Final thoughts. 24/7. Your home is not just where you live, it's where your mind lives too. After 70, every object, every sound, every bit of light in your home sends messages to your brain, shaping how you think, feel, and remember. A peaceful home creates a peaceful mind. A lively home keeps your heart and spirit young, and a home filled with purpose keeps you connected to life itself. The truth is, your environment has more power over your emotions than most people realize. A bright window can lift your mood more than 1,000 words. A clean, open space can restore calm faster than meditation. The smell of something familiar, the warmth of sunlight, or the sound of gentle music. These are not luxuries, they are forms of medicine for your soul. As you grow older, don't let your home slowly turn into a museum of the past. Let it become a living reflection of the person you still are. Curious, hopeful, and alive. Keep it filled with things that bring comfort and meaning. Remove what drains you. Surround yourself with light, sound, and beauty that remind you that each day still holds something new. Your home has the power to shape your thoughts. But remember, it also works the other way around. The more gratitude, warmth, and life you bring into your heart, the more your surroundings will begin to mirror that energy back to you. In the end, the best home isn't the biggest or the cleanest. It's the one that feels like peace when you walk through the door. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation